Hello. In continuation to practical advice for starting work, today I'm going to talk about how to prepare yourself for job interview. In the last session, I was talking about how to send the job applications, how to select the job you want to try on, and how to write applications and how to send the job applications so that you are successful. Now that you have sent the applications, you are waiting for an interview call, right? This is the time to prepare yourself for the interview. So I will talk about some strategies which can help you to be confident to take any interview of any job. There are two modes of interviews. One is face-to-face interview, second is online interview. Let's first talk about face-to-face interview today. When you get a call for an interview, before that, you have to prepare yourself for the interview. The first strategy is practice to be prepared. So how do you practice? Role play. Role play with your immediate family member or your close friend and make them interviewer. You be the interviewee. Let them ask you questions and you form the answers and answer. This will give you an idea how you have to think the answer at the last moment when the question is asked. You may not be prepared for that question, but you have to be confident that you can answer any question related to your job specifications. So when you're preparing for that interview through role play, please also remember you can make a list of questions which you guess can be asked related to your job or job specifications. Then write the answers to those questions and form a particular statement how to answer those questions. Then do role play again on that. That will help you. While you are doing this, another thing you can do is when the interviewer has asked you questions, after that you want to ask questions. So be prepared. Prepare a list of questions you want to ask the company, the interviewer. For example, the questions related to your job specifications, your work environment, or leave balance or leave policy, anything which you want to know. So you can write down those questions about the company you want to know, the background of the company, the office of the company. So all these questions you should have list, be prepared so that during the interview you can ask all the questions, and when you come out of interview you don't have to say, oh no, I forgot to ask this, right? Another thing what you can do is when you receive the interview call, after that you ask the company about the duration of the interview. Date will be given to you, of course. Ask how many people will be in the interview, how long would the interview will last, how many interviews I have to give in one day, how many people will be interviewing you. Find out all this. Generally every company has at least 3 calls by 3 different people who interview the job aspirant. So therefore, you be prepared for that. You will not suddenly feel that, oh, I didn't know that I have to stay so long for an interview. Preparation is always the best. Second is, be ready to discuss your hearing need. The counselors recommend that we should be transparent and proactive and inform the company or the interviewer that you have hearing differences, but it doesn't come in the way and it will not affect your job performance. Why? Because the moment you mention this, the other person will think, will she or he be able to complete that job? Will do the job to justification to the job? So before they ask the question or they are just thinking of the question, you proactively say that, but it doesn't come in the way, and I can do as good as other people, my colleagues who have typical hearing, and be ready with some examples of success. You must have had some projects before this, some group assignments, teamwork, or some job. On the basis of that, where you could really shine and compete with the people who have typical hearing, who have no hearing differences. So give those examples to the interviewer to make them trust that you are at par with the other colleagues who have typical hearing. When you do that, discuss even adjustments which are possible. You can talk about adjustment because this is the right time if you need any adjustment. If you don't need, then don't discuss it. For example, you can say that in any group teaching or any group meeting, I would prefer if the speaker is using the mic. I would request you to put the captions when I'm seeing any PPT on the screen. The point is, when you're talking about this, when you're readily discussing the hearing needs, you're still polite and not demanding it. Also, see that how to implement those adjustments. For example, you can say that I would prefer captions when there is any lecture or any agenda of the meeting and all, or we have a recording of a meeting and we are following the recording. I would like to have captions. I can make my captions, but I need permission from you to have captions. So then you are saying that adjustments are practical, economical, and not a burden on the management. They will allow you to do that. So that way. Also, please ask for concerns. Ask, do you have any concern about my hearing differences, about my hearing needs? I can clarify that. And give them assurance that you are not going to ask for a lot of concessions or adjustments, and you will be working like any other human being, your colleagues who have typical hearing, and it will perform better and it will not affect your job performance. And for that will help you. Next strategy is self-advocacy. I had been talking about self-advocacy almost in every session. It is that important to you. It can help you a great lot. So therefore, self-advocacy is even during the interview. Suppose the interviewer is asking you a question and you have not understood the question, or you have missed some of the words, because of that you don't understand the question, or there's a new vocabulary and you don't understand the question. So if you don't reply, you can be misunderstood. We don't want you to be misunderstood. So immediately tell the interviewer, please excuse me, I request you to rephrase the question and ask again. I request you to go a little slow in speech, whatever. Remember the communication strategies you have learned earlier. Use your communication strategies wherever it is required. Self-advocacy. When you put your foot down, you ask for your rights, you get. But remember, be polite. Be very polite and not demanding when you are talking about self-advocacy. The last one is to be confident. If you know what questions may be asked, if you know how to answer the question, if your technology is working fine, if you can hear fine, then listening is good, understanding is good, you can answer the questions, you will be confident. So you have to be well prepared for that. When you are sitting in the interview, during that time, do not focus on your hearing needs and your hearing differences and consider it as a disability. No. Think of only the job specifications. Think of only the job. Think of what is required and tell yourself, I can do it. This is no big deal. This way, you will have a positive attitude, and this positive attitude will give you confidence. Basically, be friendly, be polite, and be well prepared. If you are friendly and polite and prepared, you will be confident. And if you are confident in the interview, you are answering confidently, then 50% of the battle is won. You have already got 50% marks for your interview. So that is very important. Try this out. Next time I will talk about what strategies you can use for online interview. You might have some online interviews also. So we will talk about that. In the meantime, please practice this at home with your family members or friends. Do a lot of role play, take question answer, and be prepared for any interview for the job. Thank you. If you have any question, please write down in the comment section. I'll get back to you.